Hey guys, this is Tyler with Tyler Dragon Tarot. Thank you guys for liking, subscribing, commenting, and all that goodness. I was thinking, um, doing like a little reading giveaway, I guess, would be a good thing to call it. So, like, subscribe, comment on this video, give it a like, give it a comment. Hell, tell me your sun sign, tell me um, you liked it, tell me what element um, your natal chart is dominant in. Tell me something. Leave some sort of comment, and I will put who all comments into like a Excel spreadsheet. Do like a random, um, do that little random formula where it picks the name at random, and somebody gonna get a free reading. We can do it where I record a video and send it to you, or like we can try to pick a time where maybe it's Zoom or Skype, and that way you can have a little interaction with it. That way, if there's a section that resonates more, I can kind of go more into that. So, I just kind of want to expand this channel. So give me some likes, give me some comments. Um, let's let's try it, guys. Let's try it. So, what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be I'm going to be drawing on past, present, future, and then I'll go into advice. So, like I put past energies that are still present. So, what's still bugging you that from this past? So, not just like any type of past, but so that's the focus. Present will be how past affects the present. Well, I guess those two kind of go together, but future is the current timeline you're headed on based on these energies. So the advice is how to take care of yourself, how to create a better timeline, how to shift out of this, because I'm under the assumption that what I'm going to pull is, something that needs healing, something that, you know, along those lines that is still affecting you negatively. So, as I've been doing in a number of my videos lately, I ask you guys to know your natal chart dominant element. So, look up your natal chart, see what element you have the most placements in, basically. Some sites will actually tell you you're most dominant in this. Some sites will just tell you you have the most placements in this, but that's basically what I mean. Like for me, I'm an Aries sun, but I have a lot of fire placements, so I would think it would be a fire dominant, but it's actually um, the second on my ranking. I'm actually an air dominant chart, which is probably why I'm talking so much, right? We're going to get to the video, I promise. So, I think I'm all done with my introduction. Like I said, comment on this. I'll put, and someone's going to get a reading. I'll give this, I don't know, I'll give this a little time for people to actually watch it, but um, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a month. I don't know. Haven't clearly decided on that, but give y'all a little time to watch it. But yeah, someone's going to get a reading. So, if y'all interested, help me out. Help my channel grow, So, let's get started with our signs. I'm going to go ahead and it's about 4 minutes in. I've been talking 4 minutes. Man, my Gemini rising is really popping out. So, Earth signs. So we're going to figure out what's going on with y'all. Excuse me, that sage got in my throat. So, Earth signs. Sorry, that freaked me out. I thought I had the deck the other way. So, Earth sign, what is your past energy that is still present? This card popped up. So what's going on? We got the Hierophant, which is a Taurus card. So, maybe you have a Taurus dominant. I was kind of thinking that when I started choking because I'm like, Taurus rules the throat. But maybe you're a Taurus dominant. Maybe you deal with Taurus. Maybe you could be Earth dominant. Maybe whatever house Taurus is in is what's affecting you. So And I believe the seventh house is relationships. So if Taurus was in your seventh house, maybe that would be some sort of relationship affecting you. But anyway, let's keep going. So this Hierophant, it's usually something about rules, structure, um, commitments. Uh, there's like, I want to say marriage and all that, but this Hierophant's always kind of look like it's just closed in, and it looks like it has claustrophobia in this. And then along with this Knight of Coins, um, Nine of Cups, not Nine of Coins, my bad. Uh, there's a defensiveness when it comes to emotions. So it's like maybe you don't feel like you have space. Maybe you, maybe you're the type of person that gets real distance because like commitment just makes you feel boxed in, type of thing. Um, I don't know if that's it, but there's definitely some sort of fear of commitment going on here. Let's Why is there a fear of commitment? Let's draw another card. What happened? So this card, it's like you put your worries down and you just try to be happy. And I just get the feeling that when you do that, when you stop thinking about it, when you just try to be happy, that's when you get stabbed in the back. I heard that off of that card. I was going to draw another card to see if that is, because, Six of Swords is usually like a victory type of thing. But it's like, okay, nah, I've been stabbed in the back before. So it's very cautious energy of like, I've been hurt before. You're going to do this. Like, really examining, why is it making me happy? Okay, is this a temporary happiness? What's going on with this? What is going on with this? And those past energies still present. I'm taking this as you've been hurt in the past, and it makes you very cautious. And it makes you very cautious. And it makes you kind of, if you see something similar in someone, you're like, oh, nope, nope, nope. That's what they did. That's what they did. That's what they did. And you think they're going to do the same. And people can be similar but different. You know what I mean? Um, they can be similar and the same, but they can be similar but different. Sometimes you just got to give it a chance. Sometimes you really got to see the whole picture and stop. Like, you can't judge someone based on someone else. You know what I mean? We've all been guilty of it, and I'm not judging you, but it's something to work on. So let's go to the present. How is this past affecting present? Sounds like it's affecting your relationships, but we're going to draw some cards. So, all right, too many cards. I ain't taking that many. Come on now. Oh, okay. With this Seven of Cups, it's like, I don't feel like this is options. I feel like no matter how much you surround yourself, no matter how much happiness there is, no matter, this can kind of be an option, but with all these symbols on them, I'm like, you get everything you want when it's upright, right? You can get everything you want, but when it's upside down, it's like you're real skeptical of why you're getting all of this, and you make yourself unclear. You're not grounded in it, and you're just, there's a lot of fear in this. So there's a lot of fear. You're not grounded. You're scared of repeating patterns, so you try to look for the same thing. That way you can avoid it happening again, right? Again, can't blame you, but that's what's coming across. It's like you're not really giving the present a chance because of what happened in the past. And with this King of Coins, damn, okay. Just hearing like, this is a strong, steady offer that you're letting rot. Like, somehow it's rotting because it's like, Okay, yeah, I want to give this to you. Yeah, I want to be there. Yeah, I got it. I've been honest. I've been there. I'm strong and I'm stable, but the feelings are right. It's like the feelings are rotting. It's like, I don't have to put up with this type of energy. I don't know. Maybe you've heard that. Maybe you've expressed that. Maybe this is, and of course, I will go ahead and disclaim this could be someone you're dealing with. This could be the King of Coins, could be you. That's a strong Earth energy, that it's the King of Earth, basically. Um, so you could be dealing with the person who's done this, and this could be you. I mean, this is the center. This is going to be the center of the reading because I've pulled three. It felt like I was done at three for past, so I'm going to pull three for present, and then I'm going to pull three for future. So it is at the center. So this very well could be you surrounded by this person. Or, take it how it resonates, is what I'm basically saying. So let's get the next card. With the Two of Wands. Yeah, I kind of started feeling that tingling in the throat. It's like, you're not really, whoever this is, it's like you hold the happiness back. You don't express the happiness. And it's probably because of all of this right here, all the pain and all the, okay, I'm happy, but am I really like questioning, am I really happy? Like, you keep examining, you keep examining, you keep examining. Y'all may be Earth dominant charts, but you only got so much patience, right? You only got so much patience. I'm pretty sure Earth has the most patience out of all the elements, but you only got so much of it still. Like, come on now. All right, so let's get into the future. With the current energies, what's going to happen? Oop, the Chariot. All right. Let's draw another card. Let's get them all out here. Let's see how that Chariot. Okay, so we got the Chariot, the Eight of Wands, and the Ace of Coins. Whoever's been negative is going to come out of this cave. Whoever's been negative is going to come out of this cave. If it's you, good. If it's them, good. It's going to happen. The healing will happen. It will happen. But with this Chariot and Eight of Wands energy here, like, I could see one of two things. Like, moving forward, starting to see the good in the relationship and good in the good, so that you can come out of this darkness, quit blaming the past, and it'd be good. Or it could take this breakup and them examining, them or you examining what happened and who you really were, and they'll have to acknowledge that they were wrong. I think in both cases they'll have to acknowledge they were wrong, but with the Chariot, there's movement. The Chariot is movement. You got to get rid of this dead weight somehow. And if that's you getting rid of them because they're holding you back, because they are making you feel like shit, because they are just, it isn't moving forward, they can't get out of this pain. If that happens, that happens. But there is enlightenment here for the person that's in pain. One way or another, there's enlightenment for them. So, I mean, at least there's that. I don't know. So, I was going to draw advice, but what does it take for them to get enlightenment? Okay. So they're going to need time to clear out their own toxicity. We got another. The devil is Capricorn, so we got strong Earth energy. Of course, this is Earth dominant charts, but and the High Priestess. So, and with that world there, you got to close that chapter. You or they. I'm started assuming they because, like I said, you were kind of in the middle of the reading there, but they gotta whoever this is, they gotta close the chapter. They gotta let go of all that toxicity, clear it out. They got to realize that with all this pain, yes, they went through toxicity. Yes, they were hurt, but they're causing pain because they haven't really let it go. Or you are, depending on how this resonates. So that has to be let go of to create something new, to find balance, to see the good and the bad, and to see the good, bad and the good. You gotta balance it out. You can't just always be looking at the bad, and you can't always be looking at the good. To actually create, you have to acknowledge both and see, can you want to accept the good? Okay, can you accept the bad? Is there what can you not accept? Is there will change happen or not? Because if you're always just here, if you're always in the past, you're just going to be stagnant, right? So it just feels like there's a need for adaptability in here. So I feel like I've already kind of given advice, but let's go for the advice part of it. So let's draw the advice. What? Okay, I feel like I have to, because I felt this could go either way. I'm gonna draw. This first one will be advice for if you're the person who's in pain and kind of taking out your past on the present, right? So we got the Four of Wands. This card really speaks of appreciation in this deck to me. The Four of Wands also speaks of stability and but just looking at this card, see how this dragon it's not like it doesn't have a death grip on it. I forget, I cannot remember. It just slipped right out of my head. Whatever that shape is, they call stones in that shape a certain name. It slipped. I'm sorry, but there's warmth because of sun there. These vibrant colors here, the yellows, the oranges. A lot of passion on this. Very loving. Like, you need to start seeing the good. You do. It can't all be bad. It can't all be bad, right? That is the advice. You gotta let go of the past. Yeah, you've been hurt. We've all been hurt. And it's kind of a lesson we all gotta go through, right? But I would say, like, don't look at the good so much that you're oblivious to the bad, but also don't look at the bad so much that you're oblivious to the good. You know what I mean? Like I said with the High Priestess, it's kind of a balancing act. So you just need to acknowledge both. And with the Star, I feel like this dragon is kind of inactive here, letting the pot spill here. And like this kind of feels like a missed opportunity there because they're still just looking out at other stars, and it's like, okay, that one's fallen, but like, is that my dream or do I keep looking at other ones? This dragon is inactive. You may get hurt again, you may not, but you need to take the chance. If it's worth taking a chance, if you can see this being worth taking a chance, you need to take a chance. But you also, I pointed out signs on the rest of them, but there are fire on this chart. There is fire on this chart. The Chariot was Cancer. I don't think I said that. The Star is Aquarian energy. The High Priestess has the moon down there, so I think that's another. The moon, I want to say that's Cancer, but could also be Pisces. But we got the Seven of Swords. So your focus should be letting go of your anxieties based on past performances, based on things that happened to you because of someone else. You can't control people. You don't, you never really know what someone's going to do. You never really know, but, just because one person did something does not mean someone else will. Just because 5 people did one thing doesn't mean the next person will. I'm not saying be completely defenseless, be completely unguarded, and like you should not give people your power. Don't give them your power. But at the same time, don't blame this person for things they didn't do. So let's get into the other side for the person who's been like, okay, I see something in you, but you're obviously hurt, but like the offer's kind of rotting, right? Like if that one's you. I say that kind of harshly, but it's like the offer's still here, but you need to water it, You need to put something in. So with this page of coins, I think it's as much as they need to focus on themselves, you need to focus on yourself as well. And I think with this just kind of relaxing and flying back, it speaks of doing things that you enjoy and just trying to find enjoyment. Maybe just try not to take this too seriously. I'm not saying don't be committed or anything, but don't, let's try to relax, try to take it one step at a time. But also remember why you got into it in the first place. And also also think about what's going on now. Honestly, you don't have to stay in a situation that you don't like. But you're here for a reason, so acknowledge this person's pain. And if you want to be patient, if you want to give them the space to heal, if you want to wait for them to heal, that's on you. And if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. If you want this 2 of Cups, as I'm saying that, I'm like, yeah, y'all want to keep this offer out there, don't you? You're just kind of waiting on them to accept it, huh? Well, I guess in that case, the advice kind of is focus on you a little bit more. Focus on you a little bit more. And, they need to focus on them. They really do. They need to heal. But also when you think about this relationship, try not to be so serious about it because of this pain, like when it gets too real, the more real it gets, I guess, the more likely they are to dive into this past pain and be like, oh, it's going to happen again. So they need time to heal, Whoop. Yeah. These coins are at different levels with this 2 of coin. Usually this is like a equal reciprocation thing with me, but with them being at different levels, I think there's just an acknowledgement of you're probably going to be the one that's more willing to give them for a while until this person has the strength to lift the coin as high as you did. And with the moon, I think you need to honestly ask yourself and spend time by yourself and truly make sure you understand your emotions and make sure. Oh, by the way, the moon's Pisces. That's another water and earth on this a lot. There's a little bit of fire, and air, but all the elements on here. Okay. Anyway, with the moon out here, you really need to make sure that you are okay with this situation, and you need to kind of do like check-ins, like how did that make you feel? How did that make you feel? Okay, maybe you should talk about it. There's a lot of There's swords on here too, so there's air, so communication needs to happen, but this person obviously doesn't need too much pressure, so try not to make it like a too serious of a topic, more of like what they're doing is currently making you feel, I guess, type of thing. So I felt like this wanted to pop out. 4 cups. I feel like this is like a friend card in this situation because I'm like, because it's kind of speaking of don't put all your energy into them. That way you don't really get hurt, you know? So I don't know if it's necessarily seeing other people type of thing, keeping it that casual. It could be if that's what you want to do, but it kind of felt more towards like a friends, like make time for friends, make time for other people in your life is really what I got on that. Like that doesn't have to be dating other people. That doesn't, it can, um, but like I said, friends really popped up. I don't know if you sacrifice friendships for relationships, um, like romantic relationships, because friendships are a relationship. But it just feels like it's saying make sure you make time for other people too, and don't make this your sole relationship, especially with it like all this pain going on right here. Okay, so that kind of ended up being like, I don't know which side you're on, but I'll try to give advice for both. Hopefully, y'all appreciated it. Let's see. I'm gonna go with air dominant charts. What time is it? Oh, dang, that was a 20. Okay. Um, go with air dominant charts. Pause for. Okay, let's see. Did I give it a couple more seconds because my time's getting. Okay. Hey, Air Dominant Charts. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. Like I said, leave some comments. I'll do a little. I'll do a reading for someone. You know, based on who comments on this. Give it a little bit of time to receive some comments and all that. But yeah. Anyway, we're doing a past, present, future, and advice reading. So let's get some past energies that are still present. Then we'll see how they affect you, and then we'll see what the current timeline looks like it's heading towards. Then we'll get some advice on it. So, come on, deck. For air dominant charts, what is the past looking like? The past energies that are still present. Okay, so we got the Two of Cups. So some sort of romantic offer, but with this Two of Cups, it kind of, I don't know that these are supposed to pop out. I kind of feel like this one was. Sorry. Okay, we got the Two of Cups. I was going to say, it kind of looks like still inspection on the offer for some reason, though. That's how this deck makes it appear. It's either inspection or waiting for an offer to be accepted. And then this dragon just chilling. So either you or the other person just needed time to, for some reason, needed time to think about it, to, with that shield there, maybe let down your defenses to really know if this is where they wanted to go, you know? So, let's draw another one. Let's try to get a little more into that. Okay, this card. Three of Wands. Okay, so for you or the other person, it's kind of like, it's not that they didn't feel it. It's not that they don't want to take the offer. It's just something's blocking them. Something's blocking them. So, or block them. This was pass. This was pass. But it's still affecting, so, yeah. I'm going to say what blocked them. Okay. You are this person. I'm going to assume that you're the one waiting on the offer and this person needed time to accept it and something was blocking them. So when I went with what's blocking them, we got the Ten of Swords. So still exhaustion with how this is looking, probably over another relationship, but just for some reason they're just like, I don't know if I really like this dragon's just like, I don't know if I really have the energy. I don't know. I just uncertainty, just like I'm I'm just tired right now. I don't know. So let's get into how does this affect the present? How does this affect the present? We got the Queen of Swords. Okay, so there may be honesty, there may be happiness, but with this Queen of Swords, it's kind of a defensive Queen of Swords. It's kind of like still ready to strike. Still ready to strike. Even though there's happiness, there's still uncertainty in this. Um, it's almost like the Queen of Swords is usually someone who speaks their mind and speaks the truth. Like, you can believe what they say, but with all this uncertainty around them, they don't know if what they're hearing is the truth. That could apply to both of you. That could apply to one of you. We also got the Hermit. So, with the Hermit and the Hanging Dragon, like, there's this energy still makes them want to go into isolation, still kind of seeking answers, still trying to understand the situation, trying to understand themselves, trying to really get a grasp on what it is they want, how they feel, and they're still trying to understand it, basically. Like, there's still a little healing needed to be on. Most of it's green, but there's still a little bit of cloudiness there. So, let's see what else. This card. And we got the Queen of Cups. With that Queen of Cups, it's almost like I'm hearing, like, they want you to know the offer's there. They just can't put the cup down yet. Like, the offer's there. They just, either they can't accept it or they can't give it yet. Like, it's there. They just, okay, I'm hearing, like, they're still trying to see if you're deemed worthy, because this was a lot. This took a lot out of them. They're still searching. So, yes, like, this cup is, like, the offer's there, but it's not. I don't know if that can make any. I mean, I'm doing air signs here, so if anyone can get it, our air dominant chart. So if anyone can get it, I'm pretty sure y'all would. But it's like it's there, but it's not at the same time. Is the best way I can explain it. Like, you don't get to put your fingers in the cup, but you can look at it. I don't know. You don't get to touch it. You don't get to feel it yet, but you can know it's there, type of thing. I feel like there was one more card to draw for the present, so with the Three of Coins, it's like maybe they're trying to get out of the energy. They're getting out of it. They're coming out. They're trying really hard to just not be in that anymore, but they're still getting out of it at the same time, like I guess it's just like patience still needs to be made. Patience is still needed, because with these two, I feel like you still want the offer. You still want it to be accepted. And it's not that they don't want the offer. It's not that they don't want to accept it. It's just they're still cautious. They're still coming out of, I was going to say out of this darkness, out of the toxicity, but maybe they're still coming out of a relationship. And maybe that's not necessarily that. Maybe it's not the freshest because if you made this offer, then they don't have to vent just out of it. But maybe to them, it's still, the pain's still kind of present. And they still are trying to really get over it. So let's, future timeline, future of this current timeline. Okay, we got the Ten of Cups. This Ten of Cups does have a little uncertainty in it. You know, it feels uncertain. There's a little stormy. So you're probably feeling like, is this emotional stability? Is this fulfillment? Is this going to happen? It could be on both ends, to be honest. This card has closeness but distance at the same time. So it's like, so with all that in mind, I think what this card is saying is if you can overcome, if you can be patient, if you can, it's up to you to be patient. It's up to you, and you know, you shouldn't get shit on. You shouldn't let your boundaries be overstepped. You know, you need to make your boundaries clear. But even though it's off to a rough start, even though they're still coming out of it, even though it's a little stormy, the emotional fulfillment, it's still there. The potential is still there on this. Like, how it's phrased usually is like you should have 9 cups on your own. So make sure you're focusing on your own happiness and they just add value to you. Like, it can be like a little celebration. I think of that with the 3 of cups up there. Like, make sure you're both putting in. You can both celebrate. But make sure you're happy on your own too. Okay, so let's see. We got the 8 of Swords. So I like to think of this one in a positive light usually, and I think that's coming out too, especially with this 10 of Swords. I'm seeing this as the blindfold coming off and realizing that you're not seeing things perfectly clear. Like, it's been a little foggy. So, and you're like, oh, I have something covering my eyes. Of course I'm not seeing it clear. I don't have good vision right now at all. So there is something either you or them will realize that they're not seeing about this. And can we get more on that? Can we get more on that? Okay. Now it's funny, we got the 10 and the 9. So there is happiness here. And with that happiness, and realize, I said you should have 9 on your own. Some people try to take away your cups instead of adding to it. So what I'm thinking with this 9, it's the realization that they're not trying to take away, like in this past. They're not trying to drain. They're not trying, you know, they're trying to be an addition, not a subtraction. So yeah, past pain sucks. And I think Earth had this too, where it's like, you know, someone's needing to get over past pain first, really, and needing to focus on themselves. But there's a certain realization here that, okay, maybe things were a little stormy, maybe things were done wrong, maybe there was pain on both sides, but there's not really a attempt to subtract from these cups here. With this 8 of Cups and the 6 of Coins, they came out together. There's a lot of cups on this. So you or someone else very emotional, or Either that or there's emotions you're just really not seeing. But with this Eight of Cups, it's kind of like there's things that they're carrying that with this Six of Coins, I think they're going to realize what's practical to carry forward, moving forward. Like, does it make sense to keep worrying about this? Does it make sense to still feel this way? Does it make sense? What makes sense to hold on to, basically? What there's a determination of what to let go of in here. And this kind of became a you're waiting on them, so I'm assuming it's them. But that could also be on you. Like, is this relationship burdening you too much? Or is it just certain qualities of it that you need to let go? Do they need to let go of things? And with that Knight of Wands, I feel like we're getting into advice. I was going to put this in here. Knight of Wands. So, chase. I feel like it's chase what you're passionate about. Don't be afraid to. You know, put your energy into it. But with Knights versus Kings, don't get so tunnel vision that you do not see the whole picture. Don't get so passionate that you don't think about everything. Yeah? With that Knight of Wands, yes, put your energy into whatever you want to put your energy into. Okay. With that Page of Swords, I think that's just reaffirming, like, because that Page of Swords is kind of like, it's surrounded by the fogginess, it's surrounded by that, but then there's still a little bit of light, and it becomes lighter as it's kind of doing this little flip, and it's becoming happy. Like, chase what makes you happy. So, if this is too much, then don't chase it. But if it still makes you happy, try to focus on what makes you happy for now. And realize that they need to heal. So, I kind of said it in the Earth reading, but it's something that you can't really put too much pressure on because them needing to heal. And with that Justice, I think that's just reaffirming, be fair to them, but also be fair to you. You know, if they need time and space, they need to heal, you should realize that. You should. But your needs are also important. So if this subtracts from your cup, so to say, it doesn't necessarily make them a bad person. You could still feel very strongly for them. You could still just really want to be with them and all that. But sometimes you just got to realize if it's taking away from your happiness, it may not be worth it, right? So let's draw. Oop. So Eight of Coins and the High Priestess both came out. So the Eight of Coins always looks really defensive to me, and with that High Priestess, I always see that world and the yin yang, whatever, and the little pot. And I like to think of that as creation. So to create, you have to have a balanced approach. You have to think of, I feel like it's saying close the door on that defensiveness for one, but also there's good. I feel like my explanation of the High Priestess and the Earth signs needs to be said in this too. You can't just acknowledge the good and you can't just acknowledge the bad. You can't ignore the good and you can't ignore the bad. Like, you have to see them both. You can't romanticize a partner and you can't romanticize them to the point of not seeing their flaws. everyone has flaws and it's okay, but you have to it's you have to figure out, is this something I can accept? Is this something, and if not, maybe have a conversation about it. And if they're just like, that's who I am, and you can't accept it, if it's something that isn't going to be worked on and it does not make you happy, then you have to consider your happiness. Because if you're unhappy, what are you creating? You know? Do you want to create that? But if you're happy, if you're not over romanticizing and you're working on a foundation here, then you'll like what you create better. You have to be real with it. You have to see the good and the bad. Okay, so very Libran of me. Oh, I forgot to. Libra did pop out. Of course, we're doing. The High Priestess has the moon, and that's kind of a Pisces or Cancer. The Hermit is Virgo. The Hanging Dragon doesn't really have a zodiac sign on this deck, but the Hanging Dragon is also kind of like the Hangman in other decks, and in those other decks, they're Pisces. A lot of water. There was some fire, some earth. All the elements came out on this, so you could be dealing with anyone, you know, but kind of speaks of a balanced approach to me. But let's. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I was gonna say let's go on to the next one, but I do want to say I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm grateful for everyone watching. So next is fire dominant charts, and we pause for 1 sec. Hello, fire dominant charts. All right, y'all already got a popper. You're just like, let's get it started. So what's going in and you're going on from the past that still involves the present. So we got the Justice here. You could have a major Libra placement. You could be dealing with a Libra. Libra could be a major pain in your ass. Or sorry, I think I'm funny, but there could just be some sort of, with justice that can involve the law. There could be some sort of legal decision affecting your past, affecting you from the past, is still affecting your present. There could. I'm feeling legal when I said that. So I'm gonna go with legal because trust your intuition, right? So what kind of legal here? What kind of legal? Looking at the Seven of Cups, it's like someone wanted to explore their options. So with a legal decision and someone wanting to explore their options, I'm guessing you went through a divorce and one of you thought the grass would be greener. At least one of you thought the grass would be greener on the other side. So, let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. There we go. And the Hermit. So there was a lot of isolation leading up to this decision. A lot of trying to go in and really understand. So I feel like whoever made the decision to cut this off, I'm guessing it's the other person if it's still affecting you. Well, okay, I could see it two ways. I can, so if you're the person who made the decision and it's still affecting you, you need to remember that you took the time to figure out how you felt. You took the time. You went in, you found the solution. So, even if you're not happy in your current situation, you weren't happy for a reason. There was a reason you weren't happy. There's a reason you left. And if you're the person that was left, If they're trying to come back, if they're like, oh, that wasn't that, no. Okay, they were clear in that moment. This is an earth, this is an air. Water, kind of emotional, wanting to explore their options, but that was more to show the options. This was a decision that was made. It was grounded. They found their solution. They made it. If they're trying to come back, then that's the bed they need to rest on, because there was a reason. And I'm just like, I don't want to be too harsh, but at the same time, it's like there was a reason they left. They're gonna, and I just feel like saying they're gonna do it again too. Like they may not. This light may have dimmed, and they're like, "Why did I leave again?" But no, they'll figure it out. And I'm not trying to say that you're bad. That it's just like something about the situation didn't work, right? They made the decision. They left. They wanted to explore other options. Just because it didn't work out for them doesn't mean they're going to come back. And I'm not going to take that back if that's you. Like, you weren't happy for a reason. Don't go crawling back to a place you weren't happy in to begin with. So, present. How the past affects the present. So is this person trying to get back? Like, what's going on? Seven of Swords. So I'm going to say you are trying to shed yourself of this situation. You are trying to get rid of this. You're trying to just, all right, like that's enough. That's enough, right? So let's draw. So right now I'm going to go with the assumption that they are the person that left. They are the person trying to come back. You're trying to get rid of them. You're trying to get rid of your feelings, where you're trying to not be bothered by it anymore. Yeah. This Ace of Swords is saying, okay, they may try to sneak back into your life. You may still be on. You may not be on that branch. You may be like actually on this over here, but you're not. You're not like miles away moved on. You know what I mean? Like, you're still within hearing distance. You may not be touching, but like you may have your back turned. You may be like, you may have closed the door, but you can still hear them bang on it. You haven't walked that far away. Like, yeah, I feel that's where you are. Like, you close the door, you're walking away. It's like it's almost like you finally get at peace at it, and they come like banging, and you're like, should I turn around and open it? I feel like this Ten of Swords and this Ace, it's like, okay, when that indecision comes, or it may have already came, I don't know, because this is present. When you're not sure what to do, remember all this stress, all this awfulness, all the anxiety they put you through. Remember that. Remember how clear you felt after. The clarity, the happiness. Just remember the destruction in their wake they caused. Like, you closed that door and walked away for a reason. And it's like, they felt you close it, so they started banging on it again. Don't turn around and open it. God, I feel like that. I feel that strongly. You don't keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. I really feel that strongly for you. Like, you don't want to turn around. So the future you're on here, in the current timeline. Let's see. We got the King of Cups here. I feel like you're learning how to be more in touch with your emotions, and it may take some isolation to do that. You may have to be the hermit for a little bit. With that lone wolf, there may be a little bit of calling out to the moon, like a little bit of, wait, no. With this current, you walked away. Okay, so this is them still. I think they're still going to be bothering you in the future. They're still going to be calling out to you. They're still going to be, longing for you, but you have to remember how you feel. Like, you have to be in touch with your emotions. You have to remember, okay, they may have once made you felt good. You may have once felt good in this relationship, but like, look at that destruction. Look at all that. Look at all the pain they caused. Like, do you even want to be there anymore? You know, you felt better for a reason after they left, right? You felt better for a reason. That's something you need to remember. So, whoop, whoop. Okay, so, okay. Well, this card was just like, you need to come out. There may be days where you feel exhausted and where you're stagnant, and that's okay. It's okay to lay down and rest. And I think this card is just saying, just keep looking forward, though. If you have to take a moment, if you don't want to walk forward anymore, that's okay. Just keep looking forward. Make sure you keep looking forward. And that's the future. You know, it's kind of like a, yeah, you're going to feel exhausted. You're going to be like, do I want to keep going forward? It's okay. Take those days, take the days, be stagnant, like just sit with yourself, feel your energy, but keep looking forward because it's time to move forward. I feel that for you. I do. It's time to move forward. I don't even know if I need to pull advice cards because I'm just hearing shit this whole time for this. So, and you got the Fool. Walking forward's eventually going to be easier. You're eventually going to feel, because the Fool is a new start. You got luck on your side. You got happiness. You're ready to roll some dice. You're ready to play some poker. You feel like you got luck on your side. Like, you're ready to win. You're going to get there. You're going to get there, and it's going to be okay. It's not going to be easy. Your feet are going to hurt from walking forward, right? You know, there's going to be days where you can't walk anymore. But like I said, you just have to remember, there's going to be days where you want to turn around to all this calling for you. But you got to remember the pain you went through. You got to remember, like, you got to know they left for a reason. Or possibly you left for a reason, I don't know. Even if you were the one that resonated on here, this all could still apply to you. Just being like, okay, you left. There was a reason you left. Remember it. Don't turn around, because you're gonna end up happier. You're gonna end up. There's just a real keep marching forward. Keep marching forward. There may be days where you have to relax, but keep looking forward. All right, so I feel like I've been giving advice this whole time, but I'll still draw. So wouldn't be surprised if I got the Chariot. The Emperor. Okay. You could have Aries in your chart with this Emperor energy. And it's funny, starting off with Libra and going to Aries, that's the opposite sign. So you could end up just feeling there could be a new approach that's needed. Different approach, more direct approach. Less balance, but the Emperor is also, I'm just saying, like, you're sitting on your throne and you're letting attraction do its thing. Like, you're not chasing, you know your worth. Like, know your worth. Let the attraction does its thing. It pulls in what you want. So focus on knowing your value, and then the people who see your value will be attracted to you because you know your value. You know, not everyone wants to spend, I don't know, let's say, okay, this crystal. Let's say this crystal. I honestly don't even remember how much this was. Let's say it was $20, which, you know, this isn't, I'm so bad I don't remember the name. I think it's opalite. Opalite, maybe? But it's a good communication stone, which is why I have it on here, on the table. So it's like, some people are like, Nah, it's a rock. I ain't paying that much. But the people that see the value in it and know its worth will pay for it. Will put in the work. So don't sell yourself short, basically. Like, let's say you're a $20 rock. And don't be offended by that. I can already hear people like you saying I'm just $20. No, I made the analogy and I'm sticking with it. So let's say you're a $20 rock. Don't sell yourself for $1. That's what I'm saying. Don't let someone pay $5 for you. You know your worth. Like sometimes people make no, not with yourself. No. Okay. So now the Queen of Coins. So growth requires patience. So really let expansion come in. You're going to have to be patient. Let yourself heal. And just, there's plenty of time. There's plenty of time. Enjoy the moments. Enjoy what you got going on and just try to be happy. And yeah, it's like, what's happening? What's going to happen? Don't worry so much about what's coming out of the egg as just trying to nurture the environment for the egg to hatch, So, don't be so focused on what will come out. Focus on creating an environment where you make sure that the egg will has nourishment, has nurturing, like it's gonna succeed and it will come out. That is where the focus should be, like having the nurturing environment instead of worrying about what's going to come of it. Because you'll see what comes out in the end and you'll see if you like it or not. But if you don't let it grow and hatch, then you'll never get there. Okay. Page of Wands. Yeah, that was Page of Wands. I'm really focused on that spell book. So I think I said before, focus on what makes you happy. Focus on what, and like that just feels magical to me. Like, what gives you? Oh, excuse me. What gives you life? What just really excites you? And try to do that. I know we have to work. I know we have to. There's certain things that we have to do. But, self-care should be a requirement too. So, I don't know. Playing a video game makes you happy. Play that video game. If there's a certain food that makes you happy, there's food and drinks. It's like some of them you have to be in moderation with, but if it makes you happy, like let yourself have it. Make it for yourself, and thank yourself for making it, or buy it for yourself and let yourself buy it. If I'm not saying blow your budget, but if you got it, you got it. It's just do things that make you happy. Take care of yourself. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoy having people watch these videos, and I hope that these messages help and bring some healing to you guys. So, hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Please leave any comments. Remember, you leave a comment, and I'm gonna give it a little time for this reading to actually reach people, but I'll do a free reading for someone. We're gonna go to water. I'm gonna pause for a second to shuffle the deck and get in water energy. Okay. Water dominant charts. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you guys for the watching. So in case you skip straight to your water dominant chart reading, I am going to do a God, what am I doing? I'm going crazy. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to do a little thing where y'all comment, you like, you subscribe, help my channel grow by doing that stuff, you know. And I'm gonna start giving back. So based on the comments and all that, I'm gonna do a reading for one lucky commenter on this. I'm gonna put it in a spreadsheet and let it pick someone at random. So let me know, guys, or let me know, sun sign, let me know if you liked the video, let me know if it resonated, let me know, just, some sort of comment. And please like and, help me out here, help me out. So, anyway, let's get into your reading. You didn't come for that, but, well, maybe you did. Maybe you want that free reading. Personal readings are a little different than general readings. Anyway, so we're gonna do past first, past, present, future, and advice. So it's kind of like past energies that are still present. So we got the 9 of Cups. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, why? I need more cards because I'm like, how is 9 of Cups? Okay, the World. Okay. I'm gonna stop there for a second. So the World has fixed signs around it. So Taurus. Why is that the only one I know the fixed signs? Taurus, Leo, Aquarius. Oh my God, who's the water fixed sign? Scorpio. Okay. I just had a brain fart. Sorry about that. So that could be someone you were focused on. So something that ended, and I think you invested all your happiness into this relationship. And it doesn't have to be these signs, okay? But with it ending, like in this World card, it just feels like you're still gripping it and you're still just like, no, you were my world, and you just, maybe it didn't end, but maybe this is just something that you do. This is a cycle and it's still affecting your present. So you still could be treating one person as your whole world, right? Like your happiness comes directly from one person, and your happiness needs to come from inside. Like 9 cups need to be yours. Like you can get a 10th cup from someone else. They can be an addition, but you need to make sure you have your own happiness, because when you're letting someone else give you happiness, that gives them too much power. You become a doormat. You're just like, well, like, what do I need to do for you to make me happy? Like, that gives too much power to the other person, and you end up with like happy moments, but overall miserableness. So it's just like right there, you stock too much into one person. So I think that's your past, and that's it with the past energies that are still present. So let's get into the present, how the past affects present. We'll draw some cards, but I think that's pretty evident. So with this 3 of Cups, it's like there's multiple faces here. Like you get angry. It's emotional instability because you're basing your happiness on someone else. So you have emotional instability. Instability? Is it supposed to be instability? I think it's instability. Not bad. But the point remains the same. You are not emotionally stable. And that's because there's almost like an intense jealousy here. Like, oh, you're giving someone else happiness. You're making someone else happy. You're giving someone else attention. Like, this may not even be... This could be completely innocent. That's what I'm trying to say. This could be completely innocent and not like that. This could be like a friend thing. This could be This could be their mother, their sister. They could just be giving time to someone else. And because you're this energy of dependence on someone else to make you happy, when they're not around, you kind of like, you're miserable, right? You're miserable. That's how it's affecting you in the present. You can't depend on someone else for your happiness. So let's draw more. Let's draw. Oh, okay. These two wanted to pop out. So I think it goes in that order. We got the Ten of Wands and the Page of Cups together. This has caused you so much pain and so much anxiety. And with this Page of Cups, I'm kind of like, so have you realized this problem since this is present? Because the Page of Cups, you coming out of that shell and maybe like a fresh start in that emotional thing. This definitely feels like the end of the present. So it's like, is that leading into the future? Is this where you need to go? Was that like an advice for the present? Or like, is this, I don't know if you're doing it, but it's what you need to do. Like, you need to like have a fresh start on the emotional front, because it's like, okay, this is your cup. Treasure it. Don't expect someone else to fill it. You fill it. Put in work into you. That's not to say you have to ignore other people, but don't expect someone else to water your flowers. I was going to say fill your cup, but water your flowers really came out. Like, they're your flowers. You water them. You take responsibility for your happiness. So, okay, with the current energies and where it's going in the future. We got the King of Wands and the Empress. So I'm guessing this is based on you trying to have a new emotional approach, because this was already in the present. So I feel like you're either going to do it, you did it, or you're working on it now, like something like that. Like I said, this kind of feels like an in-between card almost. Like, I might put it in between the present and the future, to be honest, because like it's a heavy shift from this like negative energy, but it doesn't quite feel future either. I don't know if that just means it's either advice or you're working on it. So this leads to attracting a higher quality of life. You, with this King of Wands, it's like you being happy, you have that nurturing side of you that can be let out. Instead of expecting someone else to nurture you, when you nurture yourself, you can nurture other people too. You got that energy, and they can nurture you back. But you don't need them to nurture you, right? It's just a give and take type of thing. Like, you give, they give. It's freely given. And you give to yourself, so you're not dependent on someone else, which makes you look a lot more attractive. It makes you look a lot more attractive. It makes you look stronger. It lets you, with that King of Wands, it's like it lets you bring out your passions. It lets you be happy. It brings out that brighter side of you. Like, I get the feeling you're not necessarily, okay, I'm not going to say it that way. You're not a bad person. You're not. This is a toxic trait to depend on someone else for your happiness. It's toxic because when you're not constantly being fed that, you turn into an animal. You claw out, you get those claws into someone, you know? And it's just like, why aren't you making me happy? Like, why are you so dependent on someone else to make you happy? Okay. But, you're either working on it or this is the advice to work on it. So that's where it's going. More attraction, like a higher quality of life, being happier, because you can give that nurturing to yourself. And when you're at that level, it's like you have that nurturing inside you, so you can give it to other people. And it's not necessarily like okay, I gave it to you, where's mine? Because you gave it to yourself. You don't need it. And if they give it to you back, it's a little extra. if they don't give it to you and if they're selfish, you don't have to keep giving it to them. Like, you know? So you become strong on your own. You don't need anyone. You can want people in your life. You can have people in your life. I mean, humans are social creatures. It ain't to say kick everyone out of your life. It's just don't be reliant on other people, because that's when you become a doormat, and that's when you become used. Okay, 2 more cards popped out. I've been doing an advice section, but because of this being like I feel like this is advice. This is either advice or what you're currently working on, and I've kind of been throwing out advice. I'm feeling these are future, but also advicey cards. So, Page of Swords. You got 2 pages. And the 4 of Cups. Remember what makes you happy. Give to yourself. Like, don't try not to stress out so much. Like, this Page of Swords just kind of looks like it's dancing to me. It's happy. It's just doing backflips. Like, there needs to be a restart, basically, with 2 pages. A restart in communication and a restart in your own expectations of your emotional needs, basically. You need to meet your own emotional needs. And yeah, you can have them in relationships, there are certain things you want. But and see, even the way I'm saying it, your needs need to be met by you. Right? Your wants, you need to leave the wants to other people. I guess this is a hard one to phrase. I'm having trouble phrasing this. It's like we all want relationships, right? And some of those wants include, like, if you have a physical love language, if you have the gift love language, if you have, so you have certain things you want from other people, right? Okay, I'm working through it, but even saying that, it's like, don't be afraid to give those things to yourself. Hold your own hand. Give yourself some gifts. Like, if your love language is the affirmation one, hell, talk yourself up, hype yourself up. If your love language is the God, there's 2 more. What am I missing here? Quality time. Then give yourself quality time. What makes you happy? Go do it. Go do it. Like, water signs, they're more on the introverted side, and if you're water dominant chart, you may be more on the introverted side. So there may be like a show you really want to watch that no one else really wants to watch, so you don't really watch it. Make time for yourself to watch it. Um, there may be a food you want that no one else wants, but you want it. You go get it for you. Do things for you. Your happiness matters too. And then with this 4 of Cups, don't just rely on one relationship. It's not saying, I'm not going to judge you if you're not monogamous or anything, but that's not what that was feeling like. It's like, don't put all your stock on one person. Like, make sure, have friends, have family, have people you talk to, don't let it just be one person, because, that can be a lot on one person. You can become too dependent on one person. And then if they leave, you're like, well, shit, that was everything. Like I said, people are social creatures. So having people in your life isn't bad. But if you solely focus on one person, that can be a flaw. Like, you need to have other interactions. It's good to have a little team. You don't have to have 500 people on your back, but have a little bit of a team, Have some people you can talk to. Have some people that will have your back. And that way, if one person has to leave for some reason, be it a friend, be it a relative, be it a partner in a relationship, well, in a romantic relationship, you have someone else to fall back on. You know, you have a friend to go out with. If a friend left, you have a partner, a romantic partner. And I guess, you know, and, you know, you should also include yourself in that. Don't forget to have a loving relationship with yourself. But I think that reading's done. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that this healing message got to you. I hope that, you know, I hope that you can... I don't like saying get better, but get better. You know, I can't think of another way to say it. Because it's like, being dependent on other people for your own happiness is kind of destructive for you. So I hope you can find your own happiness and make yourself happy. I really do. You can do it. I believe in you. So, but the important thing is to believe in yourself. Don't forget that. All right. Yep, I think this is done. Thank you guys for watching.